Okay, guys, it's review time. So prepare for my review of my favorite person from Philadelphia, Mr. Garibay. That's right. Our little Basque bastard running around. Yeah, you can't trust the Basque. They'll try to kill you with a pin. All you gotta do is watch like Gross Point Blank. You'll know what I mean. Anyway, let's hear what he's got to say. First off, that cover. Before we hear Scott Garibay like get down on his knees and glaze this thing like it paid him $50, the cover is like 100% like Errol Otis old school art. The Hellfire Club was a satanic kind of hedonistic secret society, so I'm not sure you want to be part of that, Mr. Garibay. I thought you were evangelical. And Stranger Things was a show I got bored of by the end of the first season. But let's look at it. Okay, it's got one of those flower-headed, two-headed monster dragon things. Lame, actually, from the upside down or whatever. But like the wizard and the fighter and the dwarf and the halfling, they're actually really cool. I don't know how Wizards of the Coast got away with making this since there's no strong, unless that is that supposed to be a black woman elf? Because you gotta have a queen, and dwarves count as white guys, and so do halflings, I guess. And then this guy, I don't know who this guy is. Wearing a lot of rings though. Like, what's he think he is, a pirate? Of course, I remember back in the 80s, I wore my hair like that too, and I was an edgy boy. So I totally get the look actually. I probably got some photos of myself around somewhere looking kind of like that, but and by I mean that, I mean, a long-haired white guy. Not exactly like that, but But let's hear what Mr. JSG's got to say, and I will make fun of him if I need to, or agree with him if necessary. That wizard there, right? I can't see really good, but it looks like the book he's holding up there might be the first edition Dungeon Master's got. And that's one thing that Garby forgets is he glazes the hell out of like 6th edition Dungeons, Dragons, Wizards of the Coast, whatever. But in Stranger Things, they were playing AD&D. So kind of weird, it's kind of like a strange I don't get it because if you love the D&D, Stranger Things is playing so much, well, then why aren't you playing AD&D? Why do you think the sixth iteration by a bunch of talentless hacks is better than the original? I don't get it. But then again, Gary's the kind of guy that'll tell you McDonald's hamburgers are the best hamburgers in the world because they sell more of them than, the hamburgers your mom makes for you. So now that was a dig, Garby. Don't get mad at me, but it's true. You seem to think just because they sell more than someone else that makes them better. And I'm sorry, sir, that is simply not true. It's like a lot of things sell really great that actually suck. So let's get to it though. Let's hear what he's got to say.
So you are looking at the cover of the
Okay, I had to turn captions on. He's quiet. We were looking at the cover of. I do like the cover though. I do have to admit that I like that cover art. It reminds me so much of BX art.
brand new Dungeons and Dragons Welcome to Hellfire Club. This is right in time, delivered perfectly so that when Stranger Things season 5, people can immediately like dive into Dungeons and Dragons exactly as it's presented in Stranger Things, which is
Not exactly home skillet. In Stranger Things, they're playing AD&D. Is this AD&D? Because if it's not AD&D, then it's not exactly like Stranger Things. It's actually a completely different game that uses completely different rules. So, I mean, that's your first mistake.
pretty incredible. This is extremely well timed. Joseph Quinn, who played Eddie Munson, is a massive Hollywood star right now.
Joseph Quinn. I'll have to look him up. I don't know who he is.
He has been in Fantastic Four.
Oh my God, is he the guy that played the Human Torch? That show sucked.
He was in Gladiator 2.
Gladiator 2, another movie that sucked.
He was in Warfare, and he's going to be in the upcoming new huge Hollywood hit where they're going to, or a Hollywood blockbuster attempt, might be an Oscar attempt, where he's going to play literally one of the Beatles. So
Ugh. Well, first off, I never saw the war thing, and I mean, he's going to play one of the Beatles. I think they already did that once. It was called Hard Day's Night. But hey, whatever. Nothing's original, especially not 5e.
this is a huge, huge step forward for Dungeons and Dragons.
No, it's
So
not.
you are looking at the cover of the brand new.
All right, so that's the short. It's not a huge step forward. It's a stupid marketing ploy from a company that has lost its soul long, long ago. And the fact that they're trying to latch on and be like, "Oh, do you like Stranger Things, fellow kids? Perhaps you would like our shitty game," which has nothing in common with the game they're actually playing in Stranger Things. I mean, this is lame. And by this, I mean, like, the ideation behind this, the cover is actually really cool. And if this were a Dungeons and Dragons Welcome to the Hellfire Club Netflix Stranger Things AD&D box set or a reprint of BX or some shit like that, I would be all over it like a fat man loves cake. But it's just trying to package their new slop in old school art because the people who work at Wizards of the Coast currently have no imagination. They fired everybody with an imagination, and now they're left with like no one of note. So, anyway, though, that said, I'm thumbs up in the video, Garby, because I mean, I know you're a goofball, but you're a bro. So I'll thumbs up your videos and thank you for making it. I was unaware this existed, and now I am aware it existed. And it's pissed me off. I'm not ever going to play it because I don't like the rule set. But I do have to admit, I do like that art. That art is cool. Um, Even the dude in the center with the shirt, like looking all kind of like a thinner Danzig. That's kind of a cool layout. So I myself will kind of glaze this cover. The cover is cool. I like it. They did a great job. If only the rest of the art that they do could be as good as this, that would be absolutely amazing. However, like I said, don't be mistaken into thinking that this version of D&D is the version of D&D the kids in Stranger Things are playing because it is not. The version that they're playing is AD&D First Edition, which is currently still available, much less expensive than 5, 6 edition, whatever, and in every way a better game. So now I think Garrity thinks that First Edition AD&D is OSR, but I don't understand how it could be OSR. It's literally it's not old school revival or whatever. It's more like classic D&D. I mean, it is the original McCoy. It is the original thing. It's not like, Heartbreaker. It's not based on, it's not like, oh, let's make up Osric or whatever, OSE, Dragon Slayer, whatever you got. It's none of that. It is the original damn game. So, you would think a guy who's constantly talking about how great Dungeons and Dragons is would want to play the original version written by the original creator. But, like I said, Garby is a unique unicorn. And I don't I wouldn't want to imagine a YouTube without the guy, honestly. So that said, I'm ending this here. I hope you enjoyed it.